Okay. TJ Wilson,
Yes.
we are launching a thing. We're doing a thing.
Hooray.
You're the first guest on the Inside
Okay.
Story.
Uh-oh. You
I
sure
know.
you want to start with me?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I feel so thankful to start with you, actually. So we don't totally, we're co-creating it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we're just going to have a good time.
I
What
love
the
it.
Inside Story is an attempt to pull out what's really inside one example of each type.
Sure.
So we're here to talk about you and Enneagram 9.
Yeah.
Not
Great.
necessarily expecting you to speak for all nines.
Okay. That's good. I will unconsciously do the caveat of saying this is just me. This isn't necessarily. I'll do that
Totally.
like 9 times probably
That's
over the
great.
next. Yeah.
However long, we'll see.
Yeah.
And because the, paradoxical truth is you are sharing things that probably nines will relate to. So both things
Right.
are true.
Hopefully. Yeah.
But you're not on the hook to do that.
Okay. Good.
And since you're such an Enneagram guy, sometimes it might be easier, right? To pop into that.
Oh man, I can teach nines,
Yeah.
no problem. Talking about myself, it's gonna get tricky. It'll be fine.
So
It'll be
my goal, yes, is to really help you talk about you.
great.
And
That
so
sounds
to
fun.
create enough spaciousness for that to occur. So let's see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Okay, I'm on board.
Okay. So my first question is it might seem random,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm so curious.
Great.
So as we've been chatting about doing this, we've been saying, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know what that means for you. Because when
Okay.
I say I'm excited, I'm like buzzing, like I
Mhm.
have a lot going on. And I
Sure.
was like, I wonder what that's like for TJ. So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer that question in 2 parts. Because what does excited means is possibly different than what does it mean for me to be excited about this thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I have been looking forward to this.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I would use the word excited if it wasn't handed to me first.
That's so interesting.
And not because I'm not looking forward to it,
Mm,
but excitement is a different level that I don't feel what I would call excitement all the time. I don't feel that super often.
this is
I
why I wanted to
Uh-huh.
ask.
Uh-huh. I'm actually like excitement. I'm a much more stoic person than getting excited on the regular.
Totally.
Yeah. Now, I am extremely excited about the new Wicked for Good trailer that came out yesterday.
I'm sorry, what happened yesterday?
So, Wicked, the sequel, the second sequel, or the second movie in the
How did
thing.
I miss this?
The final trailer dropped yesterday. It
Okay.
premieres on November 21st, and I'm desperately excited about that.
Okay, and just to close this loop, what is it
Mhm.
like for you to be desperately excited? Like
Yeah,
what do you notice? Yeah.
like I'm upset
Okay.
that it's like we still have 2 months, and I'm like jumping a little bit, and
Oh,
like there is some physicality to it, and
okay.
like yeah, there's some like reverberation within my cells.
And you'll let that be.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I it's tricky because I don't necessarily want to showcase my excitement.
Mm,
So if I had watched that in a public place and I didn't know anybody around me, I would have hid it. I would have kept it all
okay.
inside just for myself until I
Yeah.
was able to contact someone and be like, ah! But yeah, yeah, that's
Okay. That's
excitement.
fun.
Yeah,
Now I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta watch this trailer.
right. I mean, I'd be down with just watching it while we're on this Zoom call.
Seriously.
It's great. Oh my
Just
gosh,
make a
I'm so
note.
excited.
Things to
So
do
excited.
after this call. Okay. I think that's like a really good segue into my first official question.
Okay.
So you're a body type.
Yes.
I'm obviously a head type as a type
Yep.
6. So
Hmm.
these things are hard to understand. They're hard to talk about because we
Yep.
all only know it from our own perspective.
Right.
But I'd
And a
like
lot
to
of what
hear
we understand it is through the filter of our intelligence center, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our best.
Okay.
what does that mean to you? How do you
Mhm.
experience that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I part of how I understand like just generally the intelligence centers is like the heart center, like we all have all three centers, head, heart, body.
Right.
The heart center is largely about emotions and relationships. So
Yep.
like sentimentality is tied to that, but also relationship with things, but largely relationship with other people and the way that our heart is designed to exist in the world, right? Like not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily our physical heart beating, but that center, that part of us that connects to other people and feels those emotions has a way of existing in the world and understanding the world around them. The head center largely deals with logic, rationality, reason, information and data, and like where do these things fit? How does this all work? So the body center for me is entirely about the sort of ineffable way of knowing physical existence. So so long as we aren't in a
I see. I was
simulation.
so with you until that last sentence, and I'm like, what?
Exactly. It's ineffable. So that as long as we aren't all in a simulation, we exist in a physical reality. And there is a sense of knowing that comes from just being part of that physical reality.
Okay.
So you know you're wet because you feel wet on your skin. You know
Okay.
like all of that stuff, but also the indescribable parts of being in that reality that we maybe have not figured out how to name in science yet.
Would you put instinct, like instinctual knowing, would you put that in the body center? And is that
Yes.
something you relate to? Okay. I
Yes.
agree.
Because instinct is not necessarily fed by information or feelings.
Yep.
You can easily have instincts that go against your better judgment or
Yep.
what other people feel about you. Like there's a sense of knowing that I think comes from our body
Yep.
and exists because of its ties to the physical world. And we just haven't figured out how that makes sense yet. We haven't figured out the science of that yet, in my opinion.
I agree with everything you said. Okay. And I also agree that instinct, like when I'm talking to people about instinct, I'm always like gesticulating lower.
Yeah.
I'm always
Hmm.
like, it comes from here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Your gut
it's
instinct. Yeah.
right, which not everyone has access to.
Right.
So do you, so kind of tied to that, the question I have here is like, how do you know what you know?
So that's part of the ineffable
Yeah.
quality of it is that I don't know until I know.
Oh.
So there's for two examples, like whenever you talk or hear about people like how did you know you wanted to get married to that person? How did you
Totally.
know you wanted to propose? And there's for the most part, it's there isn't really a sense of like this is what happened. It's like nope, just there one day I just knew. They did something that was completely normal and not out of the ordinary and just all of a sudden I was like, yep, this is the one.
Hmm.
And like there's no real way to explain it. You just know. You just
Hmm.
feel it. And then the other example is in Parks and Rec.
Mm.
There's a episode where uh oh my gosh, I forgot their names and I know it all so well.
It's okay. I
April
can help.
and Rashida Jones. April and Anne go to
Good job.
yeah. April and Anne go to Bloomingdale because April was gonna go to vet school, and then she decides while they're in Bloomingdale that she's not gonna go, right? And they're having a conversation on their way back, and April is basically explaining like I I don't really know anything until my gut tells me. I got there and I immediately knew I was not going to be okay here. I was not going to be happy here. And
Hmm.
there's just this like once you learn to trust it, there can be this real sense of like knowing what you want, what you don't want, just based on your sense of being in the world. And there's not a good way to explain it.
And are you not so like? sixes are, as we trying to do it all up in the head, which
Hmm.
whatever, that's a whole
Yeah.
thing. Are you not tricking yourself that you can figure things out another way? Like, is this sort of part maybe of nine where it's like you're not busying yourself with, well, maybe I could figure it out if I just keep thinking about it? I'm
So
wondering.
this, I think this is for me. This is one of the fun places where we see that line between 6 and 9,
Yes.
because I can't, as a 9, like this is very different from ones and eights. It is very difficult for me to move forward with anything until it sits right. And usually that has to do with some sense of aligning the three. But
Hmm.
if something doesn't make sense, it's hard for me to feel right about it.
And you can't really work your way around that. Like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah. So part of how I get stuck in that spinning and anxiety is that if I have to make a decision that doesn't seem right, it's really hard for me to get there until it feels right in my gut. And
that's so
sometimes that means
interesting.
I'm mentally spinning about all the possibilities and like what might
Oh,
go wrong and all of the stuff.
okay. My brain just, went in a thousand different directions.
Yeah,
Such
naturally.
a good answer. Okay. Let's let that sit.
Okay.
There's so much in there. Okay. Let's not let that sit. I'm going to follow one of these threads. So, when you give me an example of that,
Hmm.
like a
Okay.
real life that's, safe to share, but a real life example
Hmm.
of you got stuck in the spinning
Hmm.
and that feels abnormal to you. I want to highlight that's not like you're right.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
That's not like
Yep.
15 times a day.
Nope.
Okay.
No. But the example I'm going to give is actually pretty huge.
Okay.
So we're in the process of closing down my coffee shop. I've had it for 13 years. It's it's a very unfortunate thing that is largely tied to, like, I have a chronic pain disease, so I also
Mm,
physically can't do this work anymore, and I need to step away from it. So
yep.
this transition is happening where it's going to be a few weeks from now, and it took me over 2 years to
Mm,
come to this decision. This is something that I've been thinking about. Honestly, I've been thinking about it for almost 5, but in earnestness, I have been wrestling with this for at least 2 years.
wow.
And I couldn't come to a space where I felt okay about my decisions
Hmm.
because all paths forward were things that I didn't want.
Mm. Is that because all paths forward meant having some conflict at some point? I kind of want to pivot into yeah.
Partly, yes,
Like there was
but
no way to avoid discomfort.
yes, that is
Okay.
true. But also, things outside of my control
Mm.
are pushing me into a decision that I don't want to make.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Which
Oh,
is also ties into a another very important part of being in the body center is autonomy.
yep. I was
Yep.
like, let's talk about autonomy.
Yep.
Okay, take it. Let's talk
Okay.
about it.
So body types, eights, nines, and ones all want, like, this is part of how we understand ourselves, like the idea of being able to make decisions and move without being forced, without being controlled. We don't want to be controlled. We want to be in control of ourselves and our spaces.
Okay, let's hang out here a little bit because everyone thinks that about them, right? No
Mhm.
one is like, please control me.
Yep.
However, it's different. And
Yes.
because everyone's going to relate to that. I don't want to be controlled. Like, I, for sure, I'm like, yeah.
Right. Right.
But there's something different. I always say you cannot make a body type do anything.
Yes.
And it's not true with other types. Like, you can
Correct.
influence me in a lot of different ways.
Hmm.
So, how can we, like, I don't know, really highlight this? Because there's an immovability
Yeah. Yeah.
with body types.
And it for sure manifests very differently in all three types.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So I will talk
Because nines
mainly,
can look.
yes,
Okay.
very pliable,
Yes.
But what we're doing is we're actually holding back. We're agreeing with you on the face and then deciding what we're actually going to do in our minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Uh
has to align with yourself.
yep.
I just did the thing where my hands like, yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, I have a side question.
Okay.
I wrote it down. Do people get to know what you really think?
Only when I realize that I need to share it.
Oh, so
It it has been a very interesting adventure learning that the people around me either have no idea what I'm thinking or think something very different about what I'm thinking. Because on the face, I agree with everything. I make sure that you are heard and that you think that I'm on your side. And subconscious, like that's just a thing.
this part feels so tender to me because I just think it's such a big deal
Hmm.
for nines. I think it's such a big deal for people who know nines, who love nines, who just don't, because again, everyone thinks, or not everyone, I'm thinking through a six lens, right? Like you have to feel safe enough to say what you really think, but it's
Hmm.
so
It's
different.
so much like just being safe and not like that does not
No,
do it justice in
no.
any way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really want you to just, yes.
Hmm. Because l- making you think I agree with you is safety. Like that's how I feel safe is that we're not going to conflict because you think I'm on your side.
Which is so discounting.
Yes.
So, how can that, and maybe this is too twisty of a question, but how can that feel like the right thing? How
Hmm.
can that feel in alignment?
So, uh for me, I like to think of it as like there's good and there's bad of all of these things. Like everything
Every
is a double-edged
quality.
sword, right?
Totally.
The good part of that is actually that nines are very good at hearing and understanding your perspective. We're
Yeah.
very good at it, and we can actually reflect it back to you.
So it's like half.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's this other,
There's this other part
maybe.
that's like, oh, this is my part of it. I understand your thing. I may not agree with it, but I need you to know that I understand your thing.
And then I don't need you to know.
Not necessarily.
But
If
if
that's going to
you,
be a fight, I definitely don't need
right.
to know that.
Okay, let's talk about conflict because this is
Okay.
another thing
Do
most
we
people,
have
I
to
need to
talk
quit
about
saying
conflict?
everyone.
Can we just skip it?
We're going to do it.
Okay, fine.
We're not going to have a conflict.
I guess we're fighting right now.
I'm
I
already
need to
mad.
go.
I've got
Yeah,
a
me too, though.
I've got a wicked trailer to go watch. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about it. See, I'm going to quit saying everyone.
Hmm.
Most people hate
Hmm.
conflict.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
most. Okay.
Hmm.
There's
Yep.
people that love it, people that don't mind it.
Yep.
Most people don't go towards it,
Yes.
but nines and
Yes.
conflict.
Yes. So uh we feel a natural resistance to the world around us.
Hmm.
This is another part of that
I was going
body
to say all
center
body types.
thing,
Yeah.
body
Hmm.
types. We are resistant to the world, like we want to change it into the way that we want it to be, right?
Yeah.
Nines don't have as much of the drive to do that ourselves or the understand, like eights come into the world believing that the world is theirs to mold, right?
Right.
Nines do not believe that at all. We are the world's to mold, but we still want our own autonomy.
Ugh.
Awful. It's a terrible like
So
tension to
tender.
be in.
Yes.
It's so so being resistant to the world, we naturally feel tension
Hmm.
at everything that goes wrong, at everything that isn't sort of the way it's supposed to be. There's a natural inclination toward homeostasis that we're looking for. And anything that is not part of that homeostasis is conflictual. It doesn't sit right.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, we feel that in our bodies even though it may be something that has to do with logic or emotions, we feel it in our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And we're resistant to that because it feels terrible. Like that
Hmm.
that feeling that you have right before you're going to throw up. That's what conflict feels like.
So for you to choose to have a hard conversation,
Hmm.
what's that like?
It's like heading toward the bathroom trying to make yourself throw up. But there's no guarantee that throwing up will actually make you feel better.
So true.
Yeah.
What will get you to do it, if anything?
So,
And I mean, we can also keep using the coffee shop as, a really powerful example
yeah.
because you have moved it
Hmm.
forward.
Yep. So that one, I think there's three main things that'll make me move.
Hmm.
One of them is the universe forces it.
Yeah.
Um, and in this case, like the building got sold, it's time to move. I don't get to sit on this decision anymore. I have to make it. Here we go.
Okay.
And then once I start moving, my feet keep going. So that's the universe makes the decision. Somebody else forces us into the space.
Hmm.
And that's oftentimes when it comes, like when the sense of not being in control comes out sideways, is when we're
Ooh,
forced into it.
like what?
One of my least favorite memories about myself and something that I did is a great example of anger coming out sideways and the whole idea that like as is the Hulk, I'm always angry
Hmm.
underneath.
Hmm.
Uh, in high school, I broke up with one of I was dating someone, broke up with her on a Friday. On Monday, I didn't speak to any of my friends. Like I was more or less alone for the whole weekend. Monday comes around. One of our mutual friends walked up to me first thing in the morning, slapped me upside the head, and said, "What were you thinking?" It was very playful.
Right.
It did not hit me that way because I had not had time to process all of my emotions. And
Hmm.
she knocked my glasses off my head. She knocked my glasses off my head. And I grabbed her and I slammed her up against a locker and I said, "Don't ever hit me again." And I walked away. And it was
That's one of your
deeply
least favorite memories of
like
yourself?
I hurt her.
Yeah, I
Like
hear you.
yeah. I didn't hurt her bad, but it was also very scary. It was very
Yes.
scary for both of us because I felt not only
Mhm.
out of control, but the damage that I could cause from that space where I don't have any control
Oh.
is unknowable. Like when that rage comes out, it's I am capable of tremendous damage.
Okay. Is there an over-indexing on that possibility that that maybe has you and nines keeping the anger at bay? Like, I'm saying, is that thought, sure, it's true, but is that also a belief that it's like, I just can't?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it ties into that.
It's kind of like a truth, but kind of a lie.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And it's I can point to examples where I did things that I would not have done in in if I was sort of composed.
Yeah.
Um, there's lots of examples of that in my life, and there's examples of unreasonable damage being done.
Hmm.
Like she and I were able to talk that through, and she knows that like I did not mean that. Like there was not long lasting damage from that event. I have
Right.
done things in my life where there was long lasting damage, and
That's kind of what I meant. I didn't mean to mock the incident, but I'm
no,
like,
totally, yeah,
have
that
you
one was no
not
big
done
deal.
worse than that?
Oh, I've done worse than that. But this one sticks out in large measure because I am not a violent person.
Yeah.
I am. pacifistic in my nature. Like I don't believe that violence solves any problems. I know this is a very complicated issue with lots of caveats and things, but me personally, I don't want to. I don't have any feeling about like I'm not someone who wants to ever inflict harm on other people. I don't even like killing ants. I don't like killing wasps because I have a strong sense of like life and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be a part of that violent cycle.
You can really hear, I can really hear the both sides of that, right? Like the
Hmm.
absolute beauty and goodness and like truth, human
Yeah.
truth there, and also how that could be used against you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Ugh,
Uh and 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 in that moment with this friend, I something came out of me that was capable what it in my normal day to day, I am not capable of attacking my female friend.
right.
In this
Totally.
moment, all of a sudden I was.
And that scared you.
Yes.
And then, of course, probably your personality then doubled down on itself and is
Yeah.
like,
Oh
never
yeah.
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And
Okay.
of course it happened again. Not
Right.
that specific instance, but yeah, there's good examples of me losing my temper and yelling at people and
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, of course,
Yeah.
because you are a human being,
Right.
which is what we're all trying to wrestle within ourselves. Like, but could I be one of those?
Yes.
Could I be a
Unfortunately,
human being?
yes. Yes. Yeah.
That can't be.
Yep. If it
Humans
weren't
are the
for
worst.
specific things about how I was raised and what I value, I would be
Totally.
just pure drug lord.
Do you? My brain just went, who would I be? Okay. What's the word? Okay. Do you find this reverence for life to be nine-ish?
I don't know that I can answer that question.
Fair.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I find something in nine, maybe, that is there's like a there's some kind of connection to imagery,
Hmm.
maybe mysticism, maybe so- yeah. I would buy that if that were common. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
have to ask other nines, but
Well,
it wouldn't be it's not a stretch for me
right.
to imagine that being part of nine. I
Yeah,
also see it as
absolutely.
part of sort of six integration. So maybe
Yep.
that's also why. Okay.
So we talk about nines being sort of at the crown, the top of the Enneagram, and we can
Yeah.
see everyone else more clearly than we can see ourselves,
Right.
right? And part of that means that like we can see the interconnectedness of
Exactly. I
everything.
think that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. And coming back to the idea of that sense of knowing within the physical world, like I
Hmm.
think that's part of why like we often describe nines as being really into nature and like we love going out for hikes and walks by
Hmm.
ourselves, like being outside and there's a sense of knowing our existence in our body and
Hmm.
knowing that reality exists, and part of that is everyone else too.
It's so beautiful. I love that.
Thanks.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm trying to. So your does your brain do this? So my brain, right, it goes 10 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 10 threads
Yep.
right now in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to decide
Yep.
which one to grab. Does your brain do that, or is it just not, does that just not happen?
It does a little. There is some of that, but once I grab onto a thread, I just keep pulling it.
Okay. And there's not a lot that can kind of just like get you off
It
course.
depends. It depends
Sure.
on how invested I am in that thread.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, I
I
found the question though.
okay, go.
Back to your story about your friend.
Yeah.
One thing stuck out to me in that story that we haven't talked about. You broke up with someone.
Yeah.
What was that like? And how does a nine, because talk about a conflict. And
Yeah.
you didn't have texting back then.
That's true. Yeah, it was, yeah, I was at her house with her parents. Like neither of us could
What?
drive. So like I left her house and like just like walked somewhere and called someone to come get me.
But how
Uh,
did you gather, right, the knowledge that you wanted to do it and then the, maybe it's not the right word, but like the fortitude
hmm
to center yourself enough to
Yeah.
say, I'm done with this relationship. I mean, and you were a kid, so maybe it's not a fair
Right, yeah.
question, but
And that's I it was so long ago.
I know.
I'm not exactly sure that I remember it that well,
That's
but
fair.
yeah. The
That wasn't the salient moment of the story for
But
you.
as an example
Yeah.
of like that, because I have had other relationships and ended relationships, and if there are logical reasons, it's not necessarily enough.
Okay.
Because I could point to the logical reasons for why some of my relationships should have ended before they started, and it wasn't enough.
Amen.
Yeah. They're coming back to that sort of sense of knowing
Mm-hmm.
that like the logic has to sort of like drip down through the
Mm.
emotions into the
Mm-hmm.
gut until it
Mm-hmm.
settles. And then from that place, then it's just like figuring out the path of least resistance
Mm.
and a way to explain it that not only explains it, but also tries to honor the other person.
Yeah.
In a few of my breakups, it wasn't just, I'm not feeling this anymore. It was, hey, are we done?
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is like, yes, cool, see you later. It
Best
was
case
fairly
scenario.
easy. Yeah. If it's one sided,
Mm-hmm.
man, it has to be like it has to come from this like really assured, like this is the only path forward for me,
Yeah.
and trying to like very much in a like it's not you, it's me kind of way.
Yeah.
But those cliches are useless.
Yeah, of course.
Awful. Yeah.
So it's just hard.
Yeah.
And it can be done,
hmm
but it's a big effort.
Yes. Yeah. And something that I do not let go of easily.
Okay. That makes sense
Yeah.
too. Okay. So then do you beat yourself up? Do you replay it? Like, what's the process when you've done something that maybe you feel badly about?
hmm
What's that like?
I think it depends a lot on what happened and who it is,
Yeah.
because there's a big difference between feeling bad about something you did wrong and feeling bad about something you did right.
Say more. Like you
It
did a hard thing for the right reasons,
Yes.
or you just kind of blew something.
Yes. Very big
Okay.
difference between those two things.
Yeah.
And both things can have negative effects.
Yeah.
So me breaking up with my high school girlfriend, like she was hurt by it, and like it caused emotional strain and relational issues with our friend groups and whatnot. And like I feel all of that. I feel all of that tension, and but I also know that it was the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So that's easy. That's just an easier way to move forward.
mhm. It's not easy, but it is
Totally.
easier. Yeah.
Which to me just feels correct
Yeah.
also, right? Like that makes sense. But then
Yeah.
if it's not that,
Yeah. Get into those situations where I chunked it.
yeah.
Uh it is very difficult for me to move past that.
And is it loud in your head or do you feel sick? Like where do you
It's usually loud in my gut.
loud in my gut?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you
So by that I mean I
explain
have a
that to
lot
me?
of things happening in my body.
Would it be anxiety? Could
Uh,
it be any
it could
all
be
kind of
anything. Yeah.
somatizing? Is that how you say that? Somatizing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. The restless leg,
Oh,
the I've had multiple instances of just like I have to get up and walk right now, kind of things like pacing. A lot of the physical expressions of some of that anxiety comes
which
out.
is stuff I teach sixes to do, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Get
get
into your
up,
body.
move
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's so interesting.
yeah.
Go ahead, and
So yeah, settling into that, like
but you can't
it
necessarily
is
think your way out of it. It's like it just has to take its time, maybe.
take its time.
Mm,
And so part of like the work that I'm doing is in large measure figuring out how to listen to my body with my mind.
yes.
Um, yeah. And because there's lots of things happening in my body all the time, and
Hmm.
I have a chronic pain disease, so this may not represent all nines, but I am
Totally.
not in touch with my body in the ways that I should be, in ways that are reasonably healthy all the time. And part of my work is figuring out how to listen to my body and say, "Oh, that thing that made me get up and start walking and 45 minutes later I was 5 miles away, like that my body was trying to tell me something and learning to listen to that." And then I have to do the hard work of sorting through like, is that an emotional situation that I'm feeling in my body? Is it a like my the the reasons don't make sense? Like my body is trying to square the information that my head and my heart aren't processing right.
Could that be an example of using the healthy side of six? Like I've got to figure this out when that comes online,
I think you
or I
can
get
get that.
to figure the
I
yeah,
don't know that it is inherently
right.
an example of that, but that is a place where I need the healthy side of six because if like my body can't make me do anything,
Right.
my body can't make sense of the shifting sands. So I have to step into that space where I'm starting to actually mentally process and like make a plan, figure out what all the figure out what the checklist is, and then start checking things off. I
And
don't
what
have that part naturally.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like what's the effort required to make a plan?
Hmm.
I don't know how
Uh,
else to say it.
yeah. On average, the effort required involves sifting through the piles of information of what needs to get done and figuring
Hmm.
out. So, like, part of what I need from six is prioritizing.
Yeah.
So, I love this example that, like, if you took every single thing that I had to do on any given day and wrote each individual thing on a post it note and laid it out all out on a table, I could look at that post it note and there's very little information there that puts any of that in order. That post-it note list of post-it notes, there's no order to that. All of them have equal importance to me.
Okay.
And so one of the things I need from six is figuring out how to put all of those in order.
And will you like knowing you're married to a six, is that
Hmm.
something you like? Can she help you with that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's we regularly talk about lists.
And is that, are you like, okay, let's make me a list? Or are you like,
Oh
oh,
no, I hate it.
right,
It's the
okay.
worst. I hate lists. Hate them. But I'm also surrounded by very well organized people and they
Yeah.
remind me that I need to have lists.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit into conflict real quick.
Yes.
Do you sense or think about if someone might be upset with you or mad at you? You know, sixes kind of live with this inherent, someone's probably mad at me,
Hmm.
probably going to get in trouble. So I'm guessing you don't have that, but will you notice and like, oh, that person might be mad at me. So I'm going to Like, there's a big open question. Take it where you want.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I think part of being in the gut center is that like that intuitive piece is that if we can recognize it, we can actually sense a lot of what's going on with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that I may have a bit more of that empathic ability in me, so I feel like I can sense that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not always accurate. I try really hard to maintain a sort of an open door kind of thing to
Mm.
basically say like I need to know when people are upset with me, even though I never want to know. I need you to tell me so that I know,
Mm-hmm.
or else we'll both ignore it.
Yep.
It's also like there is another side of that that if I don't care about that person, I kind of don't care if they're upset with me.
Oh my gosh, say more. What's that
Okay.
like?
Well, it's wildly inconsistent and uh
It just sounds
kind
like a
of
superpower. So
kind of
I'd love to know
awesome.
more.
Yeah. So uh the example I really love is like my coffee shop. I've had a coffee shop for 13 years. We do some very particular things, and we're not anything like the Human Bean or Dutch Brothers or Ziggy's, or like we're not like that. If you want a milkshake that kind of has a coffee flavor to it, I would love for you to go to those other places. If
God,
what you want is for your coffee to taste like coffee, that's what we do. And realistically, I don't care.
mm,
I genuinely am not bothered by other people not liking my shop.
okay.
For whatever reason, I don't mind that. If you
Hmm.
want something different from if you don't like what I have to offer, that's great. There are lots of other places you can go. I don't mind. And
Do you
that
think you'll be able to take that into your coaching business? Because that
God,
will
I
be
hope
gold for
so.
you.
I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really hope that for you.
Yeah, Jackie and I have actually talked a lot about that. It's like what am I offering and being okay with like people needing something that I don't have to offer. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's great. If you want a milkshake, please go to one of those terrible places that offers milkshake coffees. No,
Yeah.
no, okay.
I've been doing this for a long
Judgment,
time and
but
I'm
no. Yeah.
just kind of getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? I can help everyone probably if I just work harder.
No, you can't.
Okay.
It's just not real. Can't please
It's going to
everyone.
serve you so well.
I hope so.
Yeah. But if so, so you're open and did you have to do work to get here? To be open to people maybe being upset with you?
So the work that I'm coming to is like there's a space in between me like what's happening now and that future space where you're comfortably getting your drink elsewhere. If people are going to require me to interact in that conflicting
Mm.
space, that's the part that I hate.
Okay. So you're like, hey, go somewhere else. I
Yep.
genuinely don't give a crap.
Yep.
I don't want to be at all invested in this realization that you don't like what I have.
Yes.
And there's another option for you. Like,
Yep.
no, thank you.
Yep. I
Okay.
am totally okay if you have no desire for anything that I'm offering.
And I
Please
might
don't ever
prefer
talk to me about it.
that. Yes, don't ever talk to me about it.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah.
How have I assume over the course of many years that you've gotten like negative reviews?
Hmm. Yeah. So it depends a lot on the review. So
Oh,
fun thing about being a nine is that we can see everyone else's perspective,
yeah.
and there's tremendous context to everything that ever happens. And sometimes when people give me a few of the negative reviews we've had, like one person complained that we didn't have more specials to offer, and that our because they could see our recycling underneath the sink in the back, it was like our shop was just not well maintained.
Okay.
And I fully acknowledge that we are not like hospital clean. That's not my specialty. We don't like we're very like in line with like 90s grungy coffee shops. That's my jam. I
Smells
love it.
so
That's my
good.
jam. And we're not the type of place that's super clean all the time. And if somebody wants that, I really, I this person that I've never seen before and I'll never see again went online to complain that my shop wasn't the way he wanted it to be. And I don't care.
Okay. So that
Yeah.
one,
Just ignored it.
got
And
it.
that's
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. I actually don't I have a different perspective on online reviews that they're one of the things that's destroying our society. And we're
I'm not going
gonna
to disagree with you. You're
yeah.
going to get no disagreement out of
Yeah.
me.
So I kind
But
of
I
don't
can
really
see
deal
why
with
that
them
one
or
would be easy to
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's maybe one that you had a little more trouble with?
It's really tricky because for the most part, people who go online to review things are doing it to complain
Yeah.
about things that aren't part of my focus.
This just sounds like a really healthy perspective.
It can be great. It
Yeah.
can be it the other side of that coin is that I ignore problems because I don't mind them.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So this is the question that, yeah, tell me,
Mhm.
like, what can be annoying about
hmm
you
hmm
for other people? This
So
is what people complain about with
yeah,
nines, right?
lots of things can fit in this. I take way too long to
Second half of the
do
show.
anything.
Here we go.
I'm a
What's
shadow.
annoying about you, TJ?
I'm lazy. I don't ever make decisions. No.
No, okay, but really, really, yeah.
So thinking specifically about this,
Yeah.
I fully recognize that my strong suit is not in cleaning my space all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to show you the all of the things that are outside of the camera view in this room, it's a little unbelievable.
I bet we could compete. I honestly think we could compete. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at my desk right now and like, look,
hmm
it looks so lovely behind me.
Right?
You
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But
But
like, it's not our first day. Yeah.
literally every time I record, I have to clean a bunch of stuff off that table behind me. Every single time.
But is
Uh,
this nine or is this because I'm a six and like same? Like I'm married
sure.
to a one and he's the clean one. And
Yeah,
poor guy is
my
how I
six is
feel
the
a lot.
clean one. Yeah,
So I think that might be more instinct. Like,
could be. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Uh, but I think the nineness of it is that because it's not important to me, I don't recognize when it is important to other people.
Okay, that is different.
Let me rephrase that. I don't mind when it's important to other people.
Okay, that is 1,000,000% different.
Yeah.
This is such a good distinction
Yeah.
because I feel so much anxiety
hmm
around knowing
hmm
that I mean, I've done a lot of work in this area. So I'm trying, like, but like, yeah, it's just so much like I'm not doing it right. I'm not getting it right. Like I should be better. So I'll
hmm
put myself in that, like, I should be different. I should be better. Oh, I can't do it. I
hmm
hear you saying that's not happening.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all. That
Okay,
at my worst self, my response is not that I should be different. It's that you should get over it.
totally.
This isn't your space. And if you don't want this, that's fine. Go somewhere else.
Which I've taken that tact as well at times.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
But that's not the norm. That's just the ping ponging.
Right.
So if something's not important to you, you're pretty clear on that. And then when other people have a bunch of hubbaloo, let's
hmm
say,
hmm
I think this, tell me what you think about this. I think this is something that nines keep inside, right? One of the things they don't share sometimes, their deep annoyance with people.
Oh yeah. I don't hide it as much as I wish I did.
Well,
but
you're just
that
maturing.
is
That's a good sign. But
very present. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And I think it also contributes to like the anger coming out sideways is that so many nines are just they're working so hard to not be annoyed, to not be resistant to the present reality
Mm,
that they aren't even aware that they are being judgmental or that these stupid things that other people are forcing them into is causing problems for them.
mm.
I am hyper aware of that.
And why is that? Why do you have that awareness? Have you looked for it? Is it just part of your?
I don't know. I think it may just be part of my thing,
Mm-hmm.
part of TJ, not
Yeah,
necessarily nineness, but
totally. Okay. This part is just so interesting to me. Is why I'm just like, oh, we gotta hang out here. Because and this is where I feel, I don't know what the right word is. I have a lot of feelings for nines around the misunderstanding of sort of what they really think and feel, which I know it's on nines to do their own work, to
mm-hmm.
bring themselves out, blah, blah, blah. I get
Yep.
that. At the same time, I feel like if we're going to use the Enneagram
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to learn about other numbers,
Mm-hmm.
let us use that knowledge.
Right.
So, for instance, I think my oldest, he's 15. I'm pretty sure he's a nine.
Mm-hmm.
And so, oh, I could just cry. I really could just cry because he's a delight,
Sure.
right? He's like the most, oh, this kid. But I'm like, I want to know you and I want you to
Mm.
feel free
Mm-hmm.
to say what you really think.
Yeah.
I want you to acknowledge, but like nothing's a problem.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Everything's
he's
fine.
just like
Yeah.
out
Plugging away.
here. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so tell me, TJ, uh, how do we help our nines share what they really think
Mm-hmm.
about things?
So one of the big things that I have to remind people of, especially in professional settings where there is good guidance and like consideration for people to be different and like what do you need from me in order to for us to work better together? Like good organizations where the goal is to be a good organ like to work well
Yeah,
together as opposed to making better widgets.
right.
The the one of the big things that I have to have is space and time. I cannot be expected to pivot, especially when it comes to asking what I think. Like
Mm,
I cannot do that quickly.
mm,
And it's not because I'm not trying. It's
mm-hmm.
because I literally don't. I have to wait for the information to filter down into my gut before I know how I feel about something.
And oh,
So space and time is huge.
well, it's just such not a setup for the way the world is so
Accurate.
not
Yes.
for
Is
that.
yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Space and
So
time.
being in line at a place where I can't look at like a restaurant where I can't look at the options while I'm in line is hell to me. Like like as just a little tiny microcosm
No, it's a perfect example.
being unable to think about something before I have to make a decision. And then now other people are waiting for me
Oh
and I don't
dear.
know. Oh, it's the worst. Just awful. I need space and I need time. And one of the things that I got from my mom was a clear sense of safe space to vent.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which I've been
And
guilty
it's
of trying
tricky.
to fix.
It's a hard thing to do with nines.
Mercifully, I've come back and I'm like, it's like I noticed you shared an annoyance and I got on you. Wow.
Mm,
Because it's so not like him.
sure.
And
Yeah.
he was like, thank you so much, mom. And I was like, oh, of course, then my six, I hope I didn't ruin it
Right?
forever.
Yeah.
Classic six.
He already
But
moved on.
time, yes,
Yeah.
space and time and
Hmm.
permission and
Yep.
encouragement, maybe
Yep.
even.
Yep.
I bet.
To to vent, and by that I don't just mean like sharing my annoyances, but I mean like the ability to yell, the ability to like the amount of conversations where I screamed things to my mother that I would never say in polite conversation with my mother. Not ever, because I knew that it was okay for me to say the F word about my dad. And like
Totally.
she helped provide that space where I could expunge the toxins and get to what the feeling is underneath that, because the anger and the frustration covers up a lot of other emotions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah, right. She was pretty awesome.
That's amazing. Okay. Let's stay on this, like, whatever, how to best be with your nine.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Yeah.
Space and time,
Yep.
which is tough for most people.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you need? Space and time and permission
Yeah.
to like be real, be a real
Yep.
human,
Yep.
to not just be the like space holder for all.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on top, like as important as space and time is also an end point for
Okay.
that space and time. So a big mantra for nines, if you're listening to this, you've never heard this before, get ready to like pause it and think about this sentence for a very long time, because it's going to be with you for a very long time.
I've got my pen ready.
Later is not a point in time. Everything in the world is later. And when we put things off for later, that extends it into infinity.
Do you feel like a relief? Like if you think I'll do it later, is it like, oh,
Sometimes, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and that's part of the I think the conflict avoidance and the
Yeah.
positive outlook thing is just like, nah, we'll deal with that later when it comes, and like letting the
And it might,
universe bring make it something that's pressing.
oh,
Like, that's not right now. I don't need to deal with that now. Future TJ can deal with that, and then future TJ is pissed.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Later is not a point in time, and it is very, very. I have always been someone who struggles with getting things done, and then like right up on the deadline, I crank out everything.
Yeah.
I get whatever. I do enough to get by for the deadline.
And is
And
that functional for you? Like for the most part, does that work fine?
sometimes it's really creates a lot of problems for me. School was terrible. School was a very hard experience for me because I hate deadlines and also I have to have them.
I feel like
And
your menu example is like a perfect example. It's like, give me the menu.
yep,
I'm gonna make a decision. There
yep,
will come a time when it's my time to order,
yep, yeah.
and I'm gonna be ready-ish.
Yeah. And if I can gauge, like I have three more people placing orders, I have to make a decision in that amount of time. I can
Totally.
do that. If the waiter could come back at some point, I still have not looked at the menu fully. But once the waiter gets back, I'll be the last one to order because I'll decide by the time they get to me.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, and I want to hear more about this because this is so cool and interesting to me, and I can picture it, right? So it works for my brain. You have to let things trickle down
Hmm.
and land.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't something about this I just really want to hammer home. So there is a process occurring
Hmm.
for, let's say, to make a decision.
Yeah. Yep.
And it has to, so the information comes in and then it's got to do a thing.
Yeah. It's got to be sorted somehow.
It's got to be sorted somehow. So in the
Hmm.
case of here's a menu.
Yep.
You get to choose whatever you want.
Yep. And I can choose anything.
You could choose anything.
So I look at the menu and I see, oh, they have lobster mac and cheese. That's great. But I also love tri-tip. But I also like a burger. And uh, you know what? Chicken Caesar salad does sound kind of good right now. But also, I can have chicken Caesar salad anytime. So I should probably take that one off the list. Like
Okay.
the process of winnowing that down, at in the end, it has to come down to one of two things. Either the full recognition that it doesn't matter and I just need to pick something that everyone else isn't picking so that I'll be fine with that, or it has to get to my gut. So I'd be like,
Mhm.
no, that's the thing that I want.
Which you can
I,
access if you've got some time and space.
yeah, yeah,
Without that, you just gotta, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And this is part of the like the amenable and mergingness
Oh,
is
I
part
was
of this.
literally, my brain was just like,
Yeah.
let's go to merging next. Good.
So before we get to like as helpful trying to help transition to merging, I think that one thing that I have to explain pretty regularly, and it's a conversation that my sixth spouse and I have all the time, is that it is a lot easier for me to adjust to knowing what you want.
Mm,
So
hmm.
that like tied into that autonomy and control and like the information has to filter down. I We regularly have the conversation about what do you want for dinner? Like where do you want whenever we
The
go
worst. It's like marriage torture, okay? That you have to figure
yeah.
out what to eat every night is
Mm-hmm. Awful, awful.
awful.
And whenever you go out to a restaurant, it's like an added level of like complication that two people have to decide on this thing and the world is open to you. And with us, she wants something that I'll like because we're partners, and with
Hmm.
me, I want something that she likes because I don't care. And
But you do.
but that's the thing. I mostly want her to be happy and I will adjust. Because I
That's
can list
relatable.
off like 15 things that I want and she will only want one of them. You know?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's
So,
relatable too, though. There's something in 6-2 that really does want their partner to.
yeah.
Maybe not all, but
But
that's
also
very
she would
relatable to
prefer
me.
salad to steak. And
Oh.
yeah, she would prefer to eat healthy, and I really want a cheeseburger. But also, I'll find something at her stupid salad restaurant. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
And you'll be okay
Yeah, I'll be
because
great.
the priority is that she, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let's go into merging.
Okay.
What is that? I just feel like people throw this word around and we have no idea
Yeah, it's
what we're talking
nuts.
about.
Yeah, because merging is all over the place, and it is a huge superpower and can be wildly detrimental. So merging with the foundation of everything we've talked about so far, like my sense of merging is largely that I am aligning my values or at least my expression with what I think will be most in line with the other.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
With with a with your own actual stuff kind of getting pushed aside, or like we talked about earlier, enough of my own that it's in line.
so it depends on the situation. It depends on how strongly I feel about my own stuff. It
Hmm.
depends on how healthy I am, how aware of it I am, obviously. I think there's always a little bit of both.
Hmm.
And uh, I think the unhealthy part of merging is when we start to ignore or even devalue the things that are inside of us because it's easier to merge.
Do you have an example of that?
Yes, I have tons of examples of that because that's my whole life.
Hmm.
I have a pretty solid example of something that's more of a healthy expression. I'm trying to think of something that's less healthy than that. Okay, so this one is fairly fresh, as in like within the last 2 weeks. I'm
Hmm.
still It's in process, so there isn't
Hmm.
like a resolution to it yet. Um, I am not on awesome terms with my father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on no contact with my stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of us trying to do things and repair our relationship and everything, like I reached out to him to let him know the coffee shop was closing. We talked about it. He knows that I have no interest in maintaining a relationship with my stepmom. And in that conversation where I told him we were closing, he said that he would love to come up and see the shop. I said great, and then he said, "I know you're not on great terms with my wife right now, but I know she would love to come up too." And instead of saying,
Mm.
"No, Dad, you know how I feel about this," I said, "Sure, great, let's see." And
And was it like the easiest thing in the world for that to come out?
yes,
Yeah.
the feeling that started to happen inside was not at all easy.
So, and you knew it in the
I
moment.
knew it, like, especially because we're like I'm literally working on this in therapy, and like that this thing is sort of front and center.
Yeah.
But I definitely have just agreed to things that
Yeah.
I did not know that I didn't want to agree to.
Okay. So this is actually kind of a healthier
Yes.
insofar as it was almost instant that you
Yep.
were like, shoot.
Yep. Yeah.
Whereas other times it's like, yeah,
Yeah, great. That'd be awesome. Let's do that. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, what did I agree to? This is a terrible idea. That's happened a lot.
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
So it really is a measure of your health
I hope so.
to notice that almost instant, like,
hmm
shoot.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
And so instead of planting my foot and moving, uh, making a decision based on what I want and how I feel, it is so much easier for me to just say, "Yeah, cool. You can have whatever you want.
right,
I'll just go along with it."
right. But
Yeah.
there's a cost.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Ugh.
And I'm coming to terms with it. I'm working on it. My therapist and
Yeah.
I are talking about that one. Um, on the other side of this, so Jeff and I have this organization that we're working with together. We have podcasts. We're teaming up with other people to do these other podcasts, which is great and so much fun. We have this book, and we have our pop culture stuff, and like our whole everything that has happened with this organization from when we first started to talk about having a podcast. If it was not driven by him, it wouldn't have happened.
Hmm.
And there's a ton of what we're doing that is like he is suggesting something and I am on board 100%. And I
Mm.
have the merging in that space is that the recognition that I don't actually have good planning skills. I don't have big
Hmm.
vision for where we could go with this. And he does.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna let him drive.
Yeah.
And it's easy. I'll bring the snacks and the music. I'm on board. Let's go. Where are we going?
So it's interesting being a part of, what y'all are doing. So I would say it from like a six perspective, like a tucking under. So like
Okay.
Jeff has all these great ideas, and I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm kind of tucked into this authoritative space,
Sure.
but very different than how you described it, which is
Yeah.
like, it's just so different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're both like, take it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The just because I use this metaphor, like there are a lot of people who would not be comfortable getting into the front seat of the car that they don't know where it's going.
Totally.
A six
So many.
might be better off sitting in the back, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they're there for the ride. But not knowing where they're going and just having to be in the passenger seat, My one of the games that I learned from my mom is let's see where this road goes. She really liked to drive, and so like my whole life we would just like get lost in neighborhoods and uh, new towns. Like let's see where this road goes. It was great, and so I'm very comfortable with directions
Mm-hmm.
and sort of that kind of exploration. And
Mm.
my sixth wife is not at all comfortable with that. So when we play Let's See Where This Road Goes, like she's anxious the whole time.
Totally. That's so interesting. Whereas my brand is like, if I'm tucked under an authority that I trust, I
Hmm.
just care less.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I also have a little more, I think, adventure. Just like, yeah, but
Hmm.
only if I can trust who I'm
Yeah.
tucked under,
Yeah.
then it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And mine is less about trust.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. It's
Yeah.
you choosing to like go on a thing.
Yeah.
It's not
This isn't my thing. I'm on board with whatever you're doing. And by the way, when I see you taking the wrong exit, I'll let you know.
right.
I may let you know a little bit too late and in a way that's like, are we sure this is the right exit? But yeah.
Do you think it's fair to say nines can be passive aggressive?
I think
Is that a fair?
I think I am offended at how passive aggressive I do not know that I am.
Can you say that another way?
It deeply bothers me when people point out that I am passive aggressive
Okay.
because I think of passive aggressiveness in a
Mm-hmm.
particular kind of way
Mm-hmm.
and usually has a lot like stereotypical portrayal of passive aggressive is very manipulative and
It's more
aware.
two-y. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I am not at all aware
Mm.
of my manipulativeness when I am being passive aggressive. I don't think of it that way. And so when people say passive aggressive, I hear manipulative. And that's not what I'm going for. Oh, please don't notice that this is what I'm doing.
Because that could be a conflict.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
And I'm not trying to be bitchy. I'm just a
Well, none
little
of us are
bitchy
trying to
sometimes.
do our thing.
Yeah.
It's just so natural.
Yeah. I also like I'm highly aware of the use of guilt and shame as a weapon. And I don't ever want to be that,
Hmm.
but it is part of my nature.
Hmm.
And like some of that comes from like my family, my mother's family was really big. My grandmother was the queen of guilt as a weapon. My mother was very good at it, but that
Hmm.
means that I'm immune to it from other people. Like she was so good at it that she's the only one that can actually guilt me into doing things.
Other people can't,
Not really.
maybe because more of the autonomy thing.
Hmm. Yeah. And it's really easy for me to recognize that your values aren't my values, and you may think it's really important, but that doesn't make it important to me. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what sixes need right there.
And
So
sometimes
good.
that's comes out passive aggressive, and I don't want it to, but I can't do anything about it.
Which is again just true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Let me look at my list. Ooh, let's talk about what's it like to use positivity to solve
Hmm.
your problems or to
Yeah.
navigate
Yeah.
life.
Part of that is that later is not a point in time.
Hmm.
Like if you can kick things down the road, you can do that for a really long time, and you can say,
Hmm.
"Don't worry about it; it's gonna be fine."
Hmm.
It's like the ignoring our problems, the going asleep to our thing, and like it's it can feel really overwhelming to have to step into these very difficult situations,
Like the
or
vomiting.
yeah, and the I know that there's a ton of stuff that I have to do, and it may be the case that I don't feel like I'm ready for it all,
Hmm.
that it's going to overwhelm me. And so yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna save that for later, and everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out. We've made it this far in humanity. It's gonna be fine.
And again, I think what's so tough is it's like that is true. Like I need that, right?
Hmm.
So yes,
Yeah.
and then that can just be taken too far. Like all truth
Yes.
again exists in the
Yep.
paradox.
Yep.
So and wisdom is being able to kind of know the difference, right?
Right. Right. Yeah. So, kicking the can down the road, sometimes you're kicking it toward a trash can, and instead of bending over, you just kicked it and
Right.
got it there. Instead of having to carry it all the way, you were able to kick it, make a game out of it. It's fun.
Mm,
And sometimes you're kicking a can down the road, and you should probably open that can and eat the beans that are inside because you're dying.
right. Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's going to be okay. It's going to work out, can
Hmm.
be a balm, and sometimes
Hmm.
it can be dismissive.
Yep.
Is that
Yeah.
another word that maybe
I try really hard to only be dismissive on purpose
say
and
more? I like
slash
this.
ironically.
Uh-huh.
So I am not aware of times when I am being dismissive in an inappropriate way
You're not
unless I'm
aware.
trying to. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Because it doesn't feel
regularly,
dismissive.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. I regularly tell my sick spouse not to worry. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But it's 100%. It's 96% because I know that she hates it.
That you say it?
Yeah. Yeah. Part of our game is that like I
Totally.
know that she hates it. And
Yeah.
then like once we get through the joke part, then we can talk about the real things.
I love that.
I recognize how dismissive it can be,
Hmm.
and I try really hard because again, I see everyone else's perspective and I'm trying really hard not to dismiss their perspective. I'm trying to let people know that I understand what they're seeing and I understand why it's important. And even though I may not see the problem the same way, I know that they're in for other people that problem may be a really big deal. So just saying it's going to be fine is not
Hmm.
going to solve anything.
Hmm.
And so let me explain why I think it's going to be fine. And
Hmm.
here's another way to think about like maybe this problem isn't going to be as big of a deal as you think it is.
Hmm.
But I try really hard not to be dismissive on purpose.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you find, okay, just I don't want to ask you too many personal questions about your marriage, even though
It's cool.
secretly I
Yeah.
want to just dive right in there. When she's upset,
Uh-huh.
is there a difference between, of course, there's a difference. What's the difference when she's upset at the world
Uh-huh.
and this and that and the other thing and herself and all of that
Hmm.
versus upset with you?
With me,
Yeah.
sometimes there isn't a difference.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oftentimes there is not a difference. In part because as a six, like separate she doesn't naturally separate that information like it
Hmm.
being repressed in her
Hmm.
thinking space like that.
Hmm.
So the feelings that she's having like is just coming out, it's not directed.
Yep.
So I am not a totally clean person. I come from a background that was not totally clean. I'm not an
You're
organized
safe
person.
here. Yes.
But my wife has utilitarian minimalist parents and like she is a clean person and she's also an artist. So part
Mm.
of her feeling safe in her space is that everything looks nice.
Hmm.
And I don't mind if things look messy because it's lived in, right?
Mm.
Um, we live there. I don't need the coffee table to be clean all the time. We live it. We use the stuff that's anyway. When she is uncomfortable and like angry at work or frustrated at herself, like those feelings are all wrapped up in and fed by her not feeling safe in her space because it's messy. And that
Mm.
is also because I can't do that work. But at the same time, some of that is because I physically can't do that. And a
Totally.
lot of the burden of our household is on her. And so it's all just tied together. And then also we have the news looming over all of us. And so
What do you
it's
mean?
things are on fire.
Oh,
The world's on fire.
hadn't noticed.
Yeah. So things are bad. Don't open the news. It won't help you.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay, so what I hear you saying
yes.
though is an ability, maybe natural defense, who knows, but like to not personalize. Oh, that's so
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Again, double-edged sword, but yes, it is
Because I literally didn't know what
very.
you were saying when you were like, doesn't really make a difference because I'm married to a one. He'll let me about anything in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So supportive. But if it's got him involved,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because of course I'm stepping on his core
Sure. Yeah.
wound of like
Yeah.
him being whatever
Yeah.
defective
Yeah.
because
He's
all he wants
he's
to do
in the
is
wrong. Yeah.
be perfect, no big deal.
Yep.
Okay, so that was
Yeah.
fascinating.
That is not at all where I come from.
So it's like a
I l-
shadow and silver of like it's just not about me.
yep.
Oh,
Yeah. The
wow.
perspective of being able to recognize that, and this comes from knowing it in myself, that the thing that you're mad about has your baggage attached to it, does not make it my baggage.
Which is a life truth. I mean, as a
Hmm.
coach, right? I'm always trying to help sixes not personalize
Right.
everybody's deal. Like those are
Right.
separate individuals with their own
Yep.
brains and their
Yep.
own
Yep.
whole blah blah
Yep.
because we're not naturally doing what you but I, in a more centered state, I literally know your shit's
Hmm.
not my shit.
Yep. Yeah.
But so then that's the positive. That's the high side and
Yep.
that's
It's
beautiful.
great. It's awesome.
And
Yeah.
then there's the reality.
Is that sometimes I do not take, it's almost like it's really easy for me to slide into therapist mode
Sure.
instead of recognizing that I'm part of the problem.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I am very easily the counselor, not
Mhm.
the other half of the fight.
Oh, that's so well said. Okay, you need to make a t-shirt for nines that says that. That is good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
This is why, okay, let's close. Or does this feel good to
this
you?
feels
So
great.
I feel like
Love
we've
this.
just, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I've absolutely loved this conversation.
Yeah. Me too.
So I want to finish, and I may actually ask you to come on my podcast and just talk
Okay.
about nines and sixes
Okay.
in
Yeah.
relationship because it's such a common pairing.
I'd love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to take up too much space here.
Sure.
But I do think
Sort of a
one of the
teaser.
reasons, what?
For sort of a teaser for that future
Yes, a
conversation. Yeah.
teaser. Yes, exactly. I, sixes and nines, there's a lot of them. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nine, some in its, high and low is just such a safe
Yeah.
place. First, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be this sort of ocean of
Mm-hmm.
calm and understanding and all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. A
My
solid foundation.
totally.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the six can want more.
Sure.
And then the nine's like,
Mm-hmm.
that can go south. But like, so my brand of six, I think it's an
Mm-hmm.
instinct thing. Uh, Nine makes me uncomfortable because
Okay.
of the I don't trust what you really think.
Oh, sure.
Like,
Yeah.
that's so important to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then I partner with a one who's like, you're not gonna wonder
Right.
for
Yeah.
better and worse.
Yeah. You're never gonna wonder.
But that particular piece I just think is so interesting because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't understand, and please don't take offense, I don't think you will.
No, of course. Yeah.
Like why sixes trust nine so much
Mm.
when we know they're hiding. Anyway, but I think there's just it's this feeling that nines provide that's so genuine.
Yeah.
Anyway, teaser.
I and we could easily I I think you and I have different perspectives on the instincts or the subtypes.
Mhm.
But
Mine are always in flux, so
yeah, mine are too. Yeah,
okay.
maybe we have the same perspective. I just it for me. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about the instincts as much. So the this could very easily be an instinct thing. I also think that uh, it has a lot to do with where you are on the counterphobic phobic
Which,
spectrum.
whether if that aligns with instincts or not, I think is an open question. So I think we're
Right.
saying the exact same thing
Yeah. Yep. And
because I
I
agree with you.
think that I think health is a huge part of it.
Always,
Naturally, always, it's a
always.
huge part of everything. But in my experience, both with my partner and with a lot of the other sixes I know, like the stability is the thing that answers the question.
I think I know what you're saying.
So I know sixes who are in relationship with non nines with other types that are less likely to be sort of stalwart, and because that person is moving, there sixes can chase after that, right?
Mm. Hmm.
Even if nines aren't clear about what's going on the inside,
Hmm.
we're still stationary.
Mm.
We're still stalwart in that way,
Hmm.
and consistent. So
Hmm.
unless we're
Hmm.
we're merged with a partner or something that is moving wildly, we're still pretty consistently ourselves, or whatever thing we're putting on.
And do you think that is a body type thing? Because I also have this theory that like my husband, yeah, he's more emotive,
Hmm.
but he sure is the most reliable human being.
Right.
I mean, I could like burst into tears with how much I value
Hmm.
the reliability.
Yeah. I
That's true.
think I think that absolutely can be true, but it's not necessarily seen all the time. Because
Okay.
eights, I would say, are wildly reliable, and it does not look like that.
So we have veered into you and I could talk for a million
Yep,
years.
absolutely. Yes.
So I'm going to cut us off
Yeah.
because we did our thing.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
want
because
to
we
have
could
all
easily
of those
just expand this.
conversations
Yeah.
with you, though.
Yeah. And just to sort of cap the idea, like the point with sixes and nines, I think that all sixes are looking for a place that is consistently predictable,
Yeah.
and that is one big thing that nines offer.
Yeah.
And once sixes sense that in their
I
gut,
totally
it
agree.
doesn't go away.
Ugh, I just think it's so true. Especially now, I think having a nine in the home, I'm like,
Mm,
oh,
yeah, yeah. You have no
oh.
idea you may not have any idea what he's thinking, but you know that he's at least going to be consistent.
Okay. I don't know how to end things. I'm like the
Yeah,
worst at ending things. This was just as delightful as I thought it would be.
agreed.
I do feel like I know you better. I feel
Yeah,
like I know nines better.
great.
So I think that means we did what we came to
We did
do.
it. We win. Yeah.
Yeah. And do
I
you
know
feel
you
like
better.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. And do you feel like you were able to be like share what you wanted to share?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, then we did the thing.
Yep.
We started a new thing. I'm thrilled about it. Thank you
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
much.
I did not have any like specific things that I was sure that I needed to say.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But you feel like we did
I
too.
feel
Okay,
great.
awesome.
Very
Thank
comfortable with
you.
answering. Now, if you ask me all of these questions in 1 week, all of my answers might be different. And I'll still feel comfortable that they're the right answers.
That was what we needed to know.
Yeah.
I'm like, we did
Yeah.
nothing. Okay,
Yeah.
this is
We did
fabulous.
everything. It was great.
Thank you. Talk
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.